I tightened him up. So that's it for him. And then Lanier has a chest and a hip joint. His chest doesn't have any locking pieces, but it stays back really well because I sueded it. And he can go side to side. He's really, really movable. His bottom is really posable too. But, you know, not any intentional locking pieces, so, but he does pretty good. Man, I'm getting tired. Then on to the legs. So, with Lanier, he's got his bottom leg piece has these notches so that when he goes to sit down, they lock in place so his leg will stay up, which helps with him sitting also if you want him to do any, you know, one leg in the air kind of thing. He also has what I think they call, and I'm sorry if I mispronounce this, Sworico joints, where his leg can turn independent of his top piece. So I'll show you with the smaller dolls the type of Sworico sit I'm trying to describe. So then his knees are sort of double jointed. I mean, he can do, see that nasty L shape that I was talking about? I never really have him sit on his knees, so I never really have him like this. And then for his foot, he doesn't have much motion at all, but that probably helps with having him actually be able to stand, because he's so long-legged. The longer legs they have, the harder it is to get him to stand. So now for Ryan's legs. So, and I'm still getting used to his. His is kind of different. He has these things that I call butt fins, which in here, I think you guys can see those little grooves? So this thing has little locking groove parts in it, but to get the fin part to fit in the groove part, you have to manually move the piece, which I don't think you should have to do that. And then for the hip part, that fin piece has little groovies in it, and the actual leg has little bumpies. So they lock his leg in place. Then he also has the sort of Sworico type joint top. He's just got one little bumpy to keep his leg lined up the way it's supposed to be, so his legs are at a normal angle. He also, I just noticed this, also has these little grooves at the back of his leg. I think, this is the mobility option, so his leg can do, this number in various different angles, whatever. Then his knee has a little groovy piece here that matches, or a bump here that matches grooves inside of his knee, so he can hold his leg at different intervals. He also, in his knees, have the same type of double joint that you have to pull it out to be able to do it. And he's a good bit tighter than when I first opened him, so yeah, so he can do the double jointed stuff. It just looks kind of weird from the front. Not as bad as if he wasn't double jointed at all, but, and I don't even know personally if I consider that fully double jointed, but anyway, I digress. So his feet, I'm it's growing on me the way they're configured. They have a pretty good range of motion, and you can, you know, do a lot with them. So, yeah. And he's one of the more solid standards I've encountered that isn't a mini V. Yeah. So on to the mini V. The mini V's have, I don't call it a butt fin because you don't really see them, but there is an extra little piece that has a little groove piece that matches up with the mini V groove piece, and then also the so when you turn the leg for the Soriko thing, see how you can see little resin pieces going in the front? To match them up, you do it where you can't see the little resin pieces. That's when the leg is most likely the way it's supposed to be. Oftentimes, the only problems I have with the mini V's is little cup pieces get out of whack, out of place, so I have to pull the leg down, get it in place, and then put the leg back. The knees are awesome. So I Mr. Super cleared all of Gaius, and it's kind of rubbed off by now, but used to he has a good amount of grip, so you could place his leg in different positions. Plus he's kind of kicky. But the mini V has this extra little piece in the knees that is just fabulous, where it will move inside the knee and will cover, so it doesn't end up looking like a crazy L shape. It makes you still have a whole full knee, so it looks fabulous. It's a great design. The only thing is sometimes it takes a little manual moving. See, I'm using my finger to make it go. So if I were to sit him on his knees, he would have a much more covered knee than most other of the dolls, or if he just has his knee bent, it just looks more natural. And then the ankles have full range of motion. They are not magnetic, but there's on this side. They aren't magnetic, but it's not a hook. It's actual like resin hook for the elastic, which is nice, I guess. I've never had the thought that maybe that resin would break, but I guess it's a possibility if you're not careful or it strains too tight or whatever. Same exact thing, but different leg shape for the girl, so I'm not going to pull Lulu apart. For the Pookie Pookie, they have the same type of Soriko top piece as the mini V. Their knees have that same like knee joint piece too. They can totally put their knees back and whatnot. And then the feet have the full ball joint. And the feet are magnetic as well. But to pull the feet off, there's a little groove at the front of each piece, and you have to line that groove up and then put it on. I love that the feet are magnetic. They're actually really strong magnets. So I will take the feet off my Pookie and stick them on my fridge or on my cabinet at work. It's really fun. The other cool thing about the magnets that pretty much the mini V's and probably the little V's, I'm pretty sure the Pookie V's and the Pookie Pookies, and probably the real Pookies have, I don't know, I haven't seen one, they're brand new, have is that they're polarized opposite. So you can't put a left hand on the right arm or vice versa. You can only match it correctly, which is really cool, I thought.